Hello and welcome to this installment of A Week in the Life of an Indie Author, Leipzig Book Fair Edition. Again, we're starting this vlog from a car on our way to the Leipzig Book Fair. It was quite sunny on the way there. Spring has arrived, finally. It's been a while. And yeah, we're listening to Die Götter müssen sterben, The Gods Must Die by Nora Bensko, contemporary fantasy author from Germany. Right, and here we are at the Leipzig Book Fair. I've been there quite often now. It's something that as an author, particularly as an indie author, you have to do. But this was the first time I went there with my family, and you might see some of them in the background sometimes in this vlog. And actually, we didn't get around to visiting many reading events, but we did get to see this little indie fantasy publisher. This is Drachenmond Verlag. It's a publishing house a friend of us, Christian Handel, works at. And we also spent some time in Artist Alley because the Leipzig Book Fair is also a manga book fair, so to speak. So there's a bunch of vendors around, and there's also a bunch of artists. This is Explodey Kid, and we spent some time there, and at the end of the vlog I'll show you what I actually bought, both at Leipzig Book Fair as well as the indie book fair, which is called It's a Book. Now this is the Seraph, which is the most important fantasy and sci-fi prize for authors in Germany, and we watched part of the ceremony. It was quite cute. And then in the evening we went out for some food, and I'm not sure whether this lion you can see in the background is AI or not. But yeah, the food was quite delicious and steaming hot, as you can see. So we had a lot of fun there, my family and I. And this is the It's a Book. In general, this is held at the Hochschule für Grafikdesign und Buchdruck, so for graphic design and book art, Buchkunst, I think it is. And actually, Processing Magazine, the magazine I mentioned in one of the previous vlogs, and that I am also a part of, had a little stand there. And so we went around to meet up with Hel and Leonie, representatives of the magazine, who came there all the way from Vienna. And as you can see, they made a couple of very cute little t-shirts. They bought t-shirts from a second-hand store and printed them themselves. We bought one of the shirts. You could see Leonie here explaining the magazine to interested customers. The one the customer is holding in the hand right there is the Riso print version, which is relevant because of the stuff that I bought both at It's a Book and at the book fair. So this is from It's a Book. This is from the Riso printing company we have in Hamburg called Risodruck. That's their little mascot there. And this is a little sticker strip. I really love the pink that you get out of Riso printing. So that was quite lovely. This is a book that I bought. It's a little indie book series that follows Black histories in Germany, and it has Fazia Janssen on the title there, who was an important Black musician from Hamburg, but also from the area around the Ruhrpott during the Nazi era as well. So resistance in a nutshell. I also bought this Queer Publishing, a family tree book from a little indie publisher, I think from Austria as well, called Salon für Kunstbuch. And I'm really looking forward to getting into that. This is the issue of Processing magazine, which is always a little bit different in the way that it's printed, that I didn't yet have because this was printed in Vienna. It has amazing authors in there, Arpana Aisha Bern, Cecilie Ogunjobi, for example. I really recommend this just based on the text alone, and it's also quite cute in how it's made. And then finally, from the actual fair, because I was so overwhelmed, I only managed to get these little art prints or postcards from one of the vendors or artists there. And these are all by Josephine Kreischer or Josephine Kreischer. And that's it for this little week in the life of an indie author, Leipzig Book Fair edition. As I mentioned, we didn't actually get around to visiting many reading events, which is actually quite popular at the Leipzig Book Fair because the reading events don't only take place at the fair, but we didn't get around to it this time, unfortunately. We still had a lovely time though. Okay, that's all for now. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye!